Hi all, welcome to the final whistle. Join me over on YouTube as Facebook is restricting me at the minute. I don't know why, some community guideline thing, I don't know. But yeah, join me over on YouTube. I'll be live on YouTube now. But yeah, welcome to another match preview as Everton take on Leicester City. Leicester travel to Goodison Park. It's not always been our greatest stomping ground, Goodison Park. Hopefully the weather stays off because sometimes it rains and it's grim up north. I'll be joined by the legend, better known as Speedo Mick. He'll be joining me to talk about all his charities and all that, about what he does. We'll talk about his time supporting Everton and all that. But yeah, guys, as always, smash a like and subscribe to the final whistle if you're watching on YouTube tonight. It'd be really much appreciated if you can do so. But yeah, let's get going then, shall we? And let's get this match preview underway. Hi all, welcome to the final whistle for a match preview. Sorry it's not on Facebook. There's some community guidelines. Bloody pick me up for something. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I've reported it back to them, said it's a mistake. But yeah, it'll sort itself out, and I'll be back on Facebook on Monday night or Sunday night for the review. But yeah, remember, smash a like and subscribe to the final whistle. I'll be joined by this man, tonight's guest, Mr. Speedo Mick. He'll be joining me very shortly as the opposition next is Everton. So the Evertonian will be talking to me about what it's going to be like for Leicester at Goodison Park on Saturday night. Should be a cracker as the fireworks go off. And yeah, it's bonfire night. So it should be a cracking game with maybe a cracking few goals. But yeah, let's get some comments in. David from Beaumont Leeds, how are you? I'm good. Hello, KFC delivery. How's it going? You all right? I'm good, mate. Thank you. How are you? Is Leicester City after Martin Terrier? Who knows what Leicester City's after? But let's get my guest in then, Mr. Michael Cullen, better known as the legend Speedo Mick.
You're right, lad.
Mick, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I've been, I took a little dip in the pond today, bleeding freezing cold it was, do you know what I mean? And I've done an extra lap in there as well. But that helps me with me mental health and my well-being, basically, give me a little boost, you know what I mean? I think it's a little bit like getting ECT, the electric shock, what they used to give years ago, except it's just a cold water therapy instead. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm looking forward to the match tomorrow.
Yeah, welcome to the channel, Mick. Talk to me firstly about the Speedo Mick Foundation. Then you did the John O'Groats to Land's End, raising over £315,000, and there you are at the finishing line.
Yeah, man. Yeah, well, so
and what you do there for charity, mate.
All right. So first of all, the beginning of all these these walks and all this fundraising and stuff began when I got into recovery because I'm an addict. You know what I mean? And I was in big trouble for a very long time, 20 years exactly. You know what I mean? And I'd lost my self-respect, my dignity, my home, my family, and my hope. It was just all gone, you know what I mean? And I was the worst case scenario. So there didn't seem to be any hope for me whatsoever to get my life back, to get my family back, to get my self-respect back, and to get my dignity back. But I got the support I needed. one day when I asked for
Yep.
it, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised when I did get it, you know, because to be honest, I was a bit of a nuisance, do you know what I mean? And I never took a blind bit of notice of anybody in my life just trying to do it my way. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And yeah, anyway, so it never worked, and every decision I made seemed to make things matters even worse. But I received the help 20 years ago. Someone went, I've got your solution, I've got the solutions to your problems. And they did, do you know what I mean? And I went to meetings, and for the first time in my life, I voluntarily got clean. And I'm 20 years clean and sober. And because of that, I started doing fundraising to help others and just to give back, basically, because you can only keep what you have by giving it away. They say in the 12-step meetings that I go to. So that's what I began to do, and I ended up swimming the English Channel, going to all the games, and after that, I went to Everton's football ground in my speedos, you know what I mean, because I had Channel swimmer painted on my stomach. So I went in my pants, you know what I mean? And I was like that on the terraces with my scarf, and everyone was just laughing. It was just a buzz. What are you doing? Anyway, it turned out people were, donating. I hadn't reached my target, £5,000 I was trying to raise for a homeless charity, because like I said, I was homeless myself, and called the charity in London, and I was short £1,000, so I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna go back. It's all a bit of an accident, to be honest. You know what I mean? None of it was pre-planned. So that's just me character. I went back, bucket in my hand, and they were just loving it, and we were all very generous, donating. You know what I mean? Including your own fans and all the away fans and stuff. So it's just grew at arms and legs. Next minute, I'm walking, I'm going to all the away grounds and nothing but a pair of knickers and a fluffy hat, you know what I mean? And I was getting received really, but honest to God, the football fans, mate, you can get stiff, mate, can't you? You know what I mean? If you've got the wrong coat on, you can get a load of stiff. or the wrong shoes. I had nothing on, just a pair of Speedos, but the fans were clapping, donating, and just, you know what I mean? They were having a laugh and all, but it was all just, jest. It was good stuff. So so then I began to do some walks, raising money for charities up and down the country. Julia's house in Bournemouth, the Woodlands Hospice in Liverpool, Everton in the community. Of course, we've got their own one, LFC community, and for there. So it was, and some personal ones as well. My little mate, Lewis, who's a big Everton fan, needed an operation to hopefully get him to walk again, because he's got cerebral palsy. And sadly, he couldn't do anything about that. But he got a brand new chair anyway, and he's still my busy mate. He's my busy mate, you know what I mean? So we've done some personal causes for a few kids who had cancer and stuff like that. And then we've, and then obviously I started doing the walks. I've done 1,000 miles. I walked from Everton to Lyon when we got gone to Europe once. about 6 years, it was 5 years ago. About 5 years ago, we were in Europe, so I walked there. I've done Land's End to John O'Groats, or John O'Groats to Land's End, and then last year I've done 2,500 miles, which was England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. And this year I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it a Land's End to John O'Groats again. But what we do, so what's happened in that? We've stopped. I've ended up I've started my own charity called the Speedo Mick Foundation, which is for mental health, disadvantaged young people and homelessness, or everything that I've suffered myself, basically. So now we are, at the moment, we're a grant giving service. So we, on the last walk, the 2,500-mile walk, which took me 6.5 months, I'm about a foot shorter than I was when I started. We give nearly £250,000 away, mate, to small charities, grassroots charities that are doing great work in our communities. A couple of them are in Leicester. I'm afraid that the names, I can't remember the names of them, you know what I mean? But we've just given grants out to help. Plus, it was a pandemic, so no one could fundraise, you know what I mean? And so we needed cash. So that's what the Speedo Mick Foundation's been doing, basically. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, man, it's been It's been a roller coaster, mate. You know what I mean? And there's been a lot of highs as well, and there's been a lot of lows as well. So I suffer from mental health myself, and I still suffer from it. I still have to work hard to keep myself from, you know, berating myself and not getting out the door and isolating and all that stuff. I have to do stuff and jumping in the pond, going to the gym, keeping connected to people. I mean, you wouldn't go seeing me in the streets or around the grounds with a bucket in my hand like that, really. But that's not me. That's not all me, mate. That's just a small part of me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's been a hell of a journey, but I'm very, very grateful to get my life back, mate. You know what I mean? And that's because I got the support I needed when I needed it. Not in 6 weeks' time, like, you know, the governments or anything like that. You know, they're going to give you, you know, they're going to help you get into rehab in 6 weeks or 2 months or 3 months' time. It's gone then, mate. You know what I mean? The willingness to change your life is gone. By then, you need to take action. You need to strike while the iron's hot. If someone's asking for help, especially around mental health, they need to be given it. You know what I mean? So that's what we're there for, the Speedo Mick Foundation. You know what I mean? And we're going on another walk this winter, and also we're going to be coming through Leicester, mate. So I want an invitation into the ground, man.
So we can sort that out.
Yeah.
But it's great to see that you've turned your life around, Speedo, and it's great to see that you gave back to the vulnerable in the community and all that. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for doing all that, and you're doing a great job, and just keep working at it.
Thanks, man. Thanks, mate.
You obviously raised over £315,000 when you went from John Groats to Land's End. You must have had tired legs at that point.
I'll do it. The knackered, mate. The knackered, you know, I'm no spring chicken, you know. Do you know what I mean?
You only feel as younger inside, Michael.
It's getting heavy. I know it's getting harder and harder and harder. But I'll tell you what happened on the first walk from John Groats to Land's End. It was actually 500,000. It was 500,000 we raised.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And on the last walk, so then I started the Speedo Mick Foundation. So then on the last walk, I done a 2,500 mile walk, and on the way round, we were giving the money back out then to all the communities and other communities like in Ireland, you know, Wexford, Cork, and all that. All the people who donated on the 1,000-mile walk, we were giving it back to their communities through the Speedo Mick Foundation. You know, in return, it was great. They was giving us the dough, and we were spreading it out where it was needed. Do you know what I mean? And it's a buzz, mate. It's a buzz. I get such a, you know what I mean? It's just so. It's not just that needy, you know. You know, when you're on the walks, people come out to me as well, and they open up because I'm open about my mental health. I'm open about the mistakes I've made in the past. I'm open about, you know, my addiction and my childhood trauma and all that. I don't blame any of that. You know what I mean? No. But that's the stuff. That was the conditions I was brought up in and stuff, and it affects you. You know what I mean? And you don't know it's affecting you, but it makes you who you are, and that made me who I was then. I was lucky to find out, you know what I mean, that I was an addict, and that's turned my life completely around. You know what I mean? And so yeah, so I've sort of gone on a bit of a tangent there, haven't I? So anyway, so yeah, man, it's just, oh yeah, it was about the smiles on the walks, mate. Mate, you're walking down the street or the car goes past, right, and you just see someone going like that. You know what I mean? Or oh my God, you know what I mean? They just mouth it, but they're all smiling, the whole car. They're all smiling, mate.
Yeah, I think they all appreciate what you do, Michael, to be honest.
Yeah, and it makes you smile. It makes you smile, lad. Never underestimate the power of the smile, man. Honest to God, mate, it changes people's day. If you're having a bad day and someone makes you smile or certainly laugh, do you know what I mean? Things turn around from that moment onwards, do you know what I mean? So I just love spreading all that, you know what I mean, all that positivity and stuff. Like you say, people come out and they get honest because I'm honest about my past, and and what I need to do today to keep myself relatively, I wouldn't say sane. Do you know what I mean? Far away from that, but they come out then, get honest with me, and they don't. People find it difficult to share or get honest to people in their circles. So if they can find someone, if they can find someone outside the circle, he can be honest with. Then that's the journey. I spoke to a woman today from Wexford after I put a video about me addiction from years ago, and this woman contacted me and said, that she had trouble with a partner. You know what I mean? Who's with addiction and stuff like that. Anyway, so I give her she phoned up today, and she went away there, but just a lot lighter than she was. You know what I mean? And she's been given a place to go to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Al-Anon to that can help her. Do you know what I mean? Not just him, but just to help her and stuff like that. So there's all that stuff going on in the background. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, it's good, man. It's good to be alive, mate. And it wasn't for a long time. You know what I mean? So if there's anybody out there, I'm going to start talking football in a minute. You know what I mean? But if there is anybody out there who is suffering from addiction, alcoholism, drug addiction, you know what I mean, or mental health, there is places you can go. Do you know what I mean? And if you do reach out and they don't hear you, do you know what I mean, and nothing gets done about it, reach out to someone else. Just keep reaching out. You know what I mean? And you will. There is help out there. That's all I can say. And I'm the proof in the pudding, as well as being a bit of a pudding sometimes.
That's all right. Guys, please don't donate what you can. The link's in the description to the Speedo Mick Foundation. Go and donate to a really good cause. It will help other people who are struggling in this time in need and that. And yeah, Michael does a really great job in the things he does for the community and giving back and that. So if you can go and donate, that'd be great. Right then, Mick, let's go on to football. Fulham versus Everton, ended up 0-0. Talk to me about that game.
Well, you know what? So I went there, of course. You know what I mean? And well, not of course, but I was there. But I didn't think we were playing that well, mate. I mean, I said to me, we're not playing well. We're all over us yet. You know what I mean? That was in the first half, and he was going, "What are you talking about? Playing all right. We've got a few chances and stuff." I said, "No." I said, "We have had a few chances, but Fulham looked the more likely to score, mate, and I was happy to come away with a point from there. But they're doing all right, you know what I mean? They're doing really well at the moment. You know, where are they in the league? They're about seventh. Yeah.
Fulham, they are 7th.
Yeah, also 7th, yeah.
And you're 12th.
You know what I mean? They're doing really well, mate. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so I was happy. It was a good away point, I think. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I thought they played much better than us. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't as confident that I thought they were going to score. Do you know what I mean? To be honest, but we missed some great chances there. We missed some great chances. You know what I mean? But that's what we do, mate. We don't take the chances when they're there. You know what I mean? I think was it Damari Gray, and he just blazed it over. Oh, he saved it, didn't he? He actually, I think he saved it, yeah. But yeah, you got to take them chances when you're the Evertons and the Fulhams and the Leicesters. They've got to go in, mate. Do you know what I mean? There's no hitting the bars, bouncing out, and all that stuff. It's got to hit the target at least. You know what I mean? Don't ever be offside as well. I hate offside. Anyone who's offside, just stay on side. Don't care if you're a yard behind the defender. It's no good. It's no good, mate, if you're offside. Because it just gets cancelled. The whole thing gets cancelled out. Stay on side, you know what I mean? Get a little bit professional. Or you want to try and catch him on the hook and be right up to him. But, even if he's got a yard on you, I mean, half a yard, you know what I mean? Or half a foot, or even half an inch. But just don't get caught on that. Does me head in that offside, you know what I mean? If you keep getting caught on it all the time, you know what I mean? Lukaku was like that. He was too lazy, mate. You know what I mean? Getting caught on offside all the time, every 5 minutes. Anyway, yeah. So I thought it was good that we come away with a point, mate. We come away with a point from Fulham.
Let's look at your last 6 results then, Speedo. Yeah, Fulham 0-0, Everton beating Palace 3-0, Newcastle 1-0 defeat, Spurs 2-0 defeat, Man U 2-1 defeat, Everton winning it, Southampton 2-1. What do you actually think to the last 6 games that you've played, looking at them results?
Well, mate, I was really worried. You know, the beginning of the season, and we'll just go back to Chelsea there. Every Everton fan will tell you that we were all terrified, worrying. I thought we might get a 5-0 chance in here, and it's going to be the beginning of the end, really, because of last season. You see, well, you know what I mean. You know,
you just stayed up,
yeah, Crystal Palace and all that, and but we played all right. We played all right, mate. You know what I mean? When we were there at the back, and they only scored 1 goal against us. Do you know what I mean? And we could have scored again, but we never. Anyway, I wasn't too disappointed with that. After all, it was Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? And but like we lost them 3 games in the trot, didn't we? On the trot, Southampton, Man U, and who else was it? Tottenham, yeah. You know what I mean? 3 games, and I just
you won 1 out of the 3.
Yeah. So your head's in your hands straight away. You're worried, is this going to be the trend now? You know what I mean? So this is what I'm talking about, with the opportunities that we've had in games that we could have won. You know what I mean? Or at the very least, not lost. Those opportunities have got to be taken, because if that run of 3 losses in a row, you know what I mean? Because we're not consistent enough. So you've got to take them opportunities. So I was worried, and I thought, is this going to be the trend? Are we not going to be playing as well? We're going to get beat for another 3 games. Do you know what I mean? And that's us, that's us down at the bottom of the game. We're only 4 points away from the end. 4, is it 3?
Yeah, you're on. We're on 11, and you're on 14. So yeah, 3 points.
3 points, mate. So that's how close it is. Do you know what I mean, mate? So every opportunity to score, mate, it's got to at least make sure it's on target. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. It's imperative that we capitalise on those chances. So I was worried, and then who did we play after that? Who did we play after them 3 losses?
Fulham.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah, you played Fulham, yeah. That was
okay, all right, Sam. So
then you beat Crystal Palace 3-0 at home.
Yeah, oh no, that's right. Yeah, no, we beat Crystal Palace 3-0, mate, and that was a blind day, you know what I mean? And we never conceded, because we've been conceding at least 1 goal a game, you know what I mean? And we scored 3, because we were only scoring 1 goal and conceding 1 goal if we were drawing, you know what I mean? So so that was a massive improvement. So I was thinking, all right, we might be bouncing it after a little bit, mate. It's terrifying, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Every game's like a must win, you know what I mean? Or don't lose, and obviously you're in that position yourselves at the moment. You're waiting in that bottom 3, and you just need a win, don't you? It's not a draw. You need a win. But look, we'll just boost you right up, won't it? You only need 1 win. Imagine if you get 3 wins. It takes you right up
into top 7, yeah.
You know what I mean? So you just need to get a bit consistent. Everything needs to get a bit consistent. And we need to get a couple of wins on the trot. And we haven't had that. You know what I mean?
What's your thoughts on the season then, Speedo? Obviously, looking at the table, you are 12th.
Well, yeah.
Are you in a relegation battle? Is that how we're looking at this one? Obviously, I do say to everybody, 1 win and you're out of it again, but then 1 lose and you're back in again, aren't you? So, what's your thoughts on the season?
Well, you know what? I'm not. Last season and the season before and the season before that, mate, I was worried about the You know what I mean about that, and I didn't care really who come in as long as because everybody could see that we were, you know what I mean, we were sloping down, and it was only a matter of time, mate, before last season turns up where we
Yep.
were fighting for our lives. So I didn't care who turned up, mate, as long as they steadied the ship and we started winning some games and stuff like that. But this season seems different with Frank. You know what I mean? It seems like he's got some structure around the team. He's got some. He's got them all playing together. You know what I mean? A little bit of what is it, solvency and you know, I mean, look what he's done. Look what he's done for the likes of Iwobi.
Yeah.
Iwobi was absolutely terrible, mate. Everyone was screaming for him to get out of the club, and now he's playing a blinder. When he's on form, you know what I mean. Hasn't always been. But, you know, we've got Tarkowski and we've got Cody at the back.
Yeah.
He's brought them two and it's made a massive difference. So I don't think this season we're gonna. It's always a worry when you're 3 points from the bottom three. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think we're going to be in the relegation battle this season. But nevertheless, like you said, mate, we're still only 3 points. Do you know what I mean? And it only takes a win or two for someone to be leapfrogging you. But at the same time, we're only, is it 2 points? I think we're 2 points away from, or 3 points away from leapfrogging Liverpool, isn't it?
Let me get that off. Liverpool are 9th. So they're on 16 points. So you're 2 points away from your local rivals, Mick.
Do you know what I mean? So, you know, you only need a win, mate. You know what I mean? And
I think it'd be good for you lot, you Toffees, to get over them, wouldn't it? It's one that
yeah,
you want to be.
Of course, mate. That'll be a little buzz. You know what I mean? It'll be a little buzz, you know, because they're inconsistent themselves, aren't they, mate? And they haven't been beat. Lad, listen, every single game you watch. I mean, I will watch them in the hope that they lose. Do you know what I mean? And what are you doing watching us? I do, mate. I watch them so I can text me, mate. You know what I mean? You know, but you know, they can lose at any of the games at the moment. You know what I mean? So for the first time in years, mate, guys, it's a joy to watch.
They're struggling, aren't they, this season? Let's be honest. I bet that defeat to Leeds in the last minute made your day.
Oh, mate, listen, I was like that right on to you because I've got a couple of family members, you know what I mean, who are Liverpool fans. You know what I mean? And I just thought, dude, you know what I mean, dude. and a few of my mates and stuff like that, you know what I mean? It just said, oh, you know, so, you know, we haven't had nothing to give them stick over, mate. No. So now we have. Do you know what I mean? They lost to the bottom two. They've lost to the bottom two, mate. You know what I mean? So that's yeah. So you know, well, it's all banter, but it's great because we've been getting stick for decades, mate. And we're just sick and tired of it. So we're giving it a bit back. You know what I mean? But we don't want anybody as well. Do you know what I can't stand? The fact that two teams were just running away with the title.
Yeah,
I can't stand it, mate. I can't stand it. You want to see about, you know, at least 6 teams who all jumping, leapfrogging and winning and losing. Do you know, you want to see all that stuff, mate? When you see 2 teams, I mean, you know, and now Arsenal are in the running as well. I'm made up, mate. You know what I mean? Because
and then Newcastle as well, they're up there.
Yeah, Newcastle and all, mate. You know what I mean?
Brighton and teams like that, you wouldn't expect to be in that sort of top 4 bracket.
No, you wouldn't. Absolutely not. So I'd like to see I like to see the competition, bit of competition, mate. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't like to see any team above us. But if they are going to be above us, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, you don't want anybody running away with it. No, certainly don't want Liverpool running away with it. Do you know what I mean? And you don't want Man City running away with it either, mate. It just, I think it kills the game a bit. You know what I mean?
What
So
was your what was your thoughts on the transfer business, mate? You brought in Tarkovsky, Idrissa Gueye,
yeah,
Cody. You brought in Neil Morpie. You sold Richarlison.
yeah. Well, that was a shame that we sold Richarlison. You know what I mean? Given what's been happening to us, you know, this season, even though we just seems to be a lot more structured, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So it's a shame he went. You know, and that's what we've been doing for years as well, mate. Is selling our best players. You know what I mean? And it just does your head in. You know what I mean? Because you're not going to progress if you keep selling, getting someone in who's playing really well. You know, so but I think he's done well. He's done well, mate, with the transfer window there. You know what I mean? And the players who he has bought are making a difference. The players who've been thinking a little bit inconsistent, even what's his name? What's the one we were going to sell? I forgot his name.
I don't know.
The one we want to sell to Chelsea, or he was in the run.
Oh, Anthony Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon, mate. Sorry, yeah, just completely slipped my mind there. Even he's inconsistent. He's inconsistent in his in how he's playing, mate. You know what I mean? And I think he's got a great potential. Fantastic, got a fantastic potential. But if you're not showing that on consistently, mate, then you might not be worth 60 million quid. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, and then you've got Damari Gray. You know he's talented. You know we can take people on. We know we can score, but he's not doing it at the moment.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So he's got the Awobi syndrome right now. Damari Gray. You know what I mean? And or what he did have Awobi. You know what I mean? Lacking confidence and stuff like that. You know what I mean? He's a bit greedy and all. He's greedy, mate. He could pass that ball.
He'll like that, Leicester.
Yeah, he's greedy, mate, and it does your head in. He's trying to take the world on, and he doesn't have to. He's done his 2 or 3 plays. He's got it. You know what I mean? By the running on the corner flag and stuff, bang it over, mate. You know what I mean? Stop trying to do all kinds of Pele moves, mate, and then you get it taken off you. You know what I mean? Anyway. So there's a lot of work to be done, and Frank knows that. But we do trust in Frank, mate. You know what I mean? Even though he's a Tory, you know what I mean? that's it.
You lot sing that song, don't you? F the Tories.
Yeah, we were singing that. We were singing that.
So we're singing it to Leicester, and Leicester's a Labour city.
Yeah. Yeah, just in case he was a Tory in there somewhere, do you know what I mean? He's down there, a little sneaky Tory. Do you know what I mean? Right. But we think, mate, this is the safest I've felt, even though we're still, you know what I mean, we need to crack on with winning, consistently, a couple of games at a time and stuff like that. This is the safest I've felt Everton. You know what I mean? The way we're playing. I mean, for the long time, I feel we're safe hands with Frank. I really do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's go on to the big game then. The 5:30 kickoff at Goodison Park. Let's firstly talk about Mick. Foot in both camps.
What's that?
Gary Lineker, Yakubu, Jermaine Beckford, Lookman, Damari Gray, Marcus Ben. All played for both clubs.
Yeah,
talk to me about them players.
Well, you know what I mean?
We'll start off with Lineker.
Well, Lineker, you know what, mate? I mean, I know he's from Leicester, isn't he? He's from Leicester, isn't he?
From Leicester, yeah.
He's from Leicester. I was still surprised, mate, that he supported Leicester more than he did Everton, even though we only had them for a season. We had them for 1 season. We only had them for 1 season, didn't we?
I think he went to Barcelona after that.
Yeah, and see what I mean? Selling our busy players, mate. Even then, do you know what I mean? Leaving Barcelona. You know what I mean? Anyway, all I can see, mate, I always see the image of him, when in the World Cup, when he'd he cacked his caps and he was wiping his bum on the grass, remember? That's what he gets for leaving Everton. No, what I mean?
Talk to me about Adjabeni Yakubu.
Yakubu, oh mate, you know what I mean? The yak, he was fab for us, man. Do you know what I mean?
The yak and who will score.
Bring the yak on, man. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
What's a player?
Yeah, we loved him, mate. We really loved him, you know what I mean? And he was a unit, wasn't he, lad? Oh, he still is, mate.
He knew where the goal was when we had him on loan from Everton. Fantastic player.
Yeah, man.
The next one then, Jermaine Beckford. You signed him from Leeds.
Yeah, he never worked for us, mate, did he? You know what I mean? I don't think he was. I mean, he scored that goal where I think he took about 3 players on. I'm not sure who he was against now. I can't recall. But he done a big mad run, didn't he? Do you know what I mean? From the halfway line and stuff, and he scored a cracker goal. But yeah, he never really. You know what I mean? He never made it, as far as I was concerned. Anyway, mate.
Adimo Lookman.
Lookman, I don't know what, mate.
You had him when you were younger, didn't you, from Chelsea?
Yeah, and again, I don't know why we let him go, mate. Do you know what I mean? That was another player. I thought, oh, keep hold of him, mate, because he was, you know what I mean? He was, you know what I mean?
Did he go to Leipzig?
He what?
He went to Leipzig, didn't he, from Everton, and then joined Leicester on loan, and now he's at Atalanta, and he's banging the goals in.
he's at Lookman's in, he's at Aston Villa. Where's he at?
Atalanta in Serie A.
Is he in Atalanta now?
Atalanta, yeah. We had him on loan last season.
He what?
We had him on loan last season.
That's right. Yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah. You know
we could have signed him for 10 million, and now we've let him go. And now look what happens. We've done it. We've done it, Everton.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean. So I thought keep holding him because he was always a danger. He could always do something. Do you know what I mean? And he was you know, the energy had a lot of energy on the pitch as well. So I was gutted when he went, mate. Gutted.
The next one then is Damari Gray. We signed him from Birmingham. Didn't really work out for him at Leicester. We're too pig-headed, shall I call it. Bit the arrogant side. But then he joined Everton. What's your thoughts on Damari Gray, Mick?
Mate, listen, I think, honest to God, I think there's an absolutely top-class player there. I really do. But again, he's not playing consistently. He's not playing well. Sorry, he's not playing well consistently. Do you know what I mean? And I don't really know what it is about him, mate. Like I say, I think he's got the. He creates opportunities. You know what I mean? And he can put the. I think he can put the fear of God. If he's on form, he'll put the fear of God into defenders and stuff because he likes
scored that banger against Arsenal.
Yeah, he did, mate. You know what I mean. So, and he can score as well. You know what I mean. So I think he's got it all. He's got it all there, mate. But
he's got an ego, hasn't
he? He what?
He's got an ego. He thinks he's better than what he is.
Yeah.
He don't let his football do the talking. It's all about himself, sort of self-centered.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about his personality or anything. I'm just sort of focused on what he does on the pitch, and he's a bit inconsistent there, you know what I mean? So that's a shame, mate, because I think he's a top-class player. I really, really do. You know what I mean?
The next one then, Speedo, is Marcus Bent.
Marcus Bent? Yeah. Don't think he got him Marcus, mate, but he never made it neither, mate. You know what I mean? Not for us anyway. Marcus Bent.
Marcus Bent. Going back to news.
Yeah, Marcus Bent.
Let's look at the record then.
Bend it like Marcus, he said.
In all competition, the head-to-head stats, you've had 45 wins. We've had 38, drawing 34. So you got a 7-game win on us. And I believe it's the 118th meeting this weekend between the both sides. Wow.
So what happened last season That's what
What, Goodison?
Yeah. No, last season with our 2 games.
Oh, well. You lot were struggling in the first game, and then all of a sudden Richarlison scored in the 90-odd minute. We knew it was going to happen. And then at the KP, was it the Ukrainian player scored a banger?
I can't remember, mate.
You beat us 2-1. You beat us 2-1 last season at the KP, and then we drew 1-1 at Goodison Park. So we dropped quite a lot of points against you.
All right, sound. All right, well, that's good. Yeah, so, well, by the looks of that, mate, you know what I mean? We're always, we're pretty, it's quite evens there, isn't it, mate? You know what I mean? There's a lot of draws there as well. So, but I'm hoping because it's that Goodison, you know what I mean? And I think we're looking a little bit stronger than yourself, you know what I mean? And after our 3-0 against Crystal Palace at home, that we might take this one as well. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping anyway.
Last time we beat you at Goodison Park was in 2019.
2019
in the Premier League.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well,
Jamie Vardy scored in a 1-0 win. Do you remember that?
Who?
Jamie Vardy scored in a 1-0 win over Everton in 2019.
All right, so well, I mean, Goodison can be. I mean, there hasn't in the last few years and that, but it used to be a fortress, mate. It was a fortress, you know what I mean? And I think that's exactly what Frank's been working on, as far as the back line's concerned. You know what I mean? And it is working. When you're looking at what we were doing and the goals we were conceding last year. It doesn't matter how many goals we scored last year. The other team seems to be scoring more. We could score 2 and they scored 3. You know what I mean? So, and that's changed. So that's going to be difficult. I think that's going to be difficult for Leicester to break us down. Do you know what I mean? I'm glad he's cracking on a little bit now. Isn't he?
He's getting older.
He is, mate. Do you know what I mean? He's still a hell of a player, though, mate. You know what I mean? But we might give Cody and Tarkovsky a chance to, keep up with them as well, because they're getting on themselves.
Let's have a look at the Premier League stats then. 12th versus 18th, 3 wins for both sides, 5 draws to 2, and 5 defeats to 8. Interesting stats in it, Mick. And we're 3 points away from you then. You're 3 points ahead.
Yes, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like I say, it's not.
It's tight, isn't it?
Anything could happen. Yeah, anything could happen. You know what I mean? I'm not sure who's above us or anything like that, or how far it is. That's just 3 or 4 points from the drop. Do you know what I mean? So it's all to play for, mate, and you've got everything to lose, and also it's going to be tense, mate. It's going to be, there's going to be a lot of tension there, but I expect there's going to be a massive, because of the 3-0 win, you know what I mean? And obviously we need the win. I think Goodison Park's going to be rocking, mate, as well, so that'll give our players a big boost.
Yes, very true. Everton are always getting behind their team, aren't they, when on their own games.
It's a fab ground, mate. It's a brilliant ground. You're right there.
It's old-fashioned, isn't it?
Yes, mate, it is old-fashioned, mate, and I'll be, it'll be such a shame to lose it, Goodison Park, mate, the old lady we call it, when we go to the new grounds. I mean, we need to move on and stuff like that, but even at Fulham the other day, I loved it, because you were right there, you were right on pitch side, you know what I mean? You're practically on the pitch, and you could hear every noise and every voice and every shout. Do you know what I mean? And it was just great. You're right up to the players and stuff like that. And Goodison's the same, mate. You know what I mean? And it's going to be a sorry day when Goodison Park's toned down, mate. It really is. Oh, mate, it's
2024.
Yeah, 2024, mate. It's only a couple of years away. You know what I mean? I'll have to get a piece of the turf, lad. A piece of the turf.
You'll have to take your seat with you, no?
Yeah. Or someone else's. I'll get Bill Kenwright. I'll get Bill Kenwright. That's a little bit soft then.
Let's look at the last five Premier League meetings then, Mick.
Wow.
Like I say, the last home game, you beat us 2-1, 1-1, 1-1, 2-0 Everton. That were at Leicester, and then 2-1 Everton. It's a close game, isn't it, between both sides? Draws
it is, mate,
and...
but we did win them all.
Well, all right then. You won 3 out of 5.
Oh, was it? Oh, all right.
Did
you win any of them? Did you win any?
No, we won the season before. That's going back. If we go back,
I know,
further.
but them ones what you've just said there. Did you win any of them 5?
We ain't beat you in the last 5.
Oh, you haven't? Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? That'll do us.
That's confidence for you, like that.
Yes, please. Yeah. Who have you got as manager?
Brendan Rodgers, the former Liverpool manager.
Oh, is it Brendan Rodgers? Yeah, of course, mate. Yeah.
You lot love Brendan, don't you, over there?
What, mate? Yeah. Mate, you know what I mean? You know what, though? You know what I mean?
He's a top coach, isn't he? But just not a manager.
He is a top coach, mate, but, you know what I mean? He's not going to take any chances, is he? So he'll be looking to literally keep you up here, and that's probably how he's going to be playing. He's just going to have Vardy up front. You know what I mean? He'd be banging the ball over the top to him. You know what I mean? Because we've got, old age pensioners as defenders, but nevertheless, we've got the strong Andy. You know what I mean, and stuff. So. Yeah, man, it's going to be interesting. It'll be interesting, mate, for both sides, both teams. It's going to be a lot of tension in that ground, mate. A lot of tension.
Yeah, hopefully a lot of goals. Team selection then, Mick. Who's going to start for Everton?
Oh, mate, I think he's just going to put... I'm just going to go straight to the team that we had against Fulham. Mate, there's not going to be any changes there. Unless someone being injured.
I'm not sure.
No, I don't think they have. I just wondered whether somebody went off there or they were playing it. Oh no, it was Damari Graves playing crap. You know what I mean? I think he took Damari off. He took him off late, don't he? He should have took him off earlier. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, maybe Damari Graves. Maybe they might change Damari Graves for someone else. You know what I mean? Someone who's
Dwight McNeil or somebody.
The what, mate?
Dwight McNeil.
The what?
Dwight McNeil.
Oh, yes, mate. That's who it'll be, yeah. It'll be McNeil, mate, yeah. Do you know what I mean? But, yeah, man, because he's a goal scorer as well. Well, he's got a goal scorer in him. You know what I mean? Yes, mate. So maybe they'll throw him on. But the same team as we had for Fulham, basically. I'm not going to go through right through the names.
I think Leicester will make changes from the defeat against Manchester City.
Who are you going to
have? Danny Ward. I think we'll stay with the same back 4 is Castagna, Amarte, Wout Faz, James Justin. I can't see him playing a 5 against Everton. I think he'll play 4. And then he'll bring Samore back in there. Shrewsbury all will play. Tillemans, Maddison, Barnes. It's either Vardy or Daka. See, I think he'll start passing Daka for the pace to get him behind your defence.
Oh, all right, sound. Yeah. Well, maybe he will
play on the counter-attack.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what you're going to do anyway. You're going to be banging it over. That's what you'll do. That's what I think you'll do anyway. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But mate, listen, anything can happen. I mean, look what happened a few seasons ago. You won the Prem, mate.
What's your actual thoughts on that?
What, mate?
What's your actual thoughts on when Leicester won the Prem?
That's a dream come true for any other team as well who never had the money, who hasn't got the money. So that's what it's about, all that fairy tale stuff, isn't it? You know what I mean? Dreams coming true. And it came true for your club, mate. And you you literally said to everybody else in the league, you know what I mean? Come and take the
possible.
Yeah, it's possible, man. Go and get it. Just go for your dream. You know what I mean? And I was walking around in Munich at that time and going to all the games and all that. Do you know what I mean? And
you was at Leicester away then that season when we 4-1, was it?
yeah, you battered us, mate. That was when you won. You won the league.
Varney missed a penalty, wasn't it?
When you won the league, when you played Everton.
It rained.
You know what I mean? And yeah, so I was in my Speedos there, mate. I was in my Speedo at your ground like that. You know what I mean?
And watching us lift the trophy.
Yes, mate. It was great to see. You know what I mean, as well. You know, and a club like
a story football won't forget.
Yes, man. And I tell you what, Gary Lineker never had any faith, did he? Because he turned around and he said, "I tell you what, I'll come here, I'll come on here in my undies." He said, "If Leicester win," that's what he said.
And he did.
But, true to his word, mate. He never went on in his undies, but he did go on in nothing but a pair of shorts, mate. You know what I mean? And I'm sure he said swimming trunks, you know. So when I was at the Leicester game when you won the Premiership, I had a mask of Gary Lineker on
my
face, you know what I mean, and stuff, in Speedos like that, you know what I mean? But,
fantastic.
Yeah, man. Dreams come true, lad.
They do. Come
true. Yeah, man.
Speedo, then. Talk to me about this one.
But not tomorrow. Not for you, anyway.
What was that?
I said, but not tomorrow. Not for you, anyway.
I wish I could say the same about you, lot. Talk to me about this one, Speedo. Score prediction.
It's going to be 2-1, mate. I'm going to go for the 2-1 again. I've seen a couple of 2-1s there. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to go for a little 2-1 because like I say, because of the home win. It was a really good.
Someone's gone 3-0.
3-0. Yeah, 3-0 against what yous against us.
3-0 to us.
Go ahead, mate. Keep on dreaming, lad.
I think I'm going to go the same as you, Speedo. I think I'm going to go 2-1 Leicester.
All right. Yeah.
I think Maddison will get one. What's your actual thoughts on James Maddison, Speedo? Do you think he'll make the World Cup?
He might do, mate. I think he's a great player. He got injured, didn't he, for a while?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I think you have missed him as well. But when did he? Has he been playing from the beginning of the season?
Yeah, he's been playing as our top scorer.
Yeah, so he did get injured last season for a while, didn't he?
Nothing like Vardy. Maddison's played. He was our top scorer last season with 17 goals.
No, you know what? I'm thinking about the Leeds player. What's his name?
Bamford.
Yes, Bamford. I was thinking about Bamford there, mate. Yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah, no, I think he's a cracker player, mate, and he might go to the World Cup. Do you know what I mean? But we'll see anyway.
So tomorrow then is the opposition, Everton. What can Leicester expect from Everton then, Speedo? Come on.
Well, I know what you can expect from the fans, mate. A lot of noise, you'll expect a lot of noise from the fans. But I reckon they'll be really up for it because it's a massive game, like you say. You know what I mean? 3 points between us. Putting us, virtually in the top. So it's a massive. So you expect a fight. That's what I reckon. Expect a big fight, mate. You know what I mean? Expect a couple of goals by the Everton players, and
because it's bonfire night, then we'll see some crackers from Tillerman's, yeah.
I know. Well, at least it's Good. So what's going on? You see some bangers going on. We'll see some bangers from.
We'll see some bangers. See some fireworks going on.
Calvin Lewin banging a few in.
No, when was the last time he scored?
He scored.
Because he's been injured and all, hasn't
he? He has, mate. Yeah, he scored against Dingy, didn't he? Crystal Palace. I think he scored against Crystal Palace, mate.
There we are then. So it's not one of them where Leicester play a team and the striker ain't scored.
Yeah, I think it was Crystal Palace anyway. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
he hasn't scored many, mate. You know what I mean? And sometimes he can't hit the bleeding barns, all that. Do you know what I mean? He can't, mate.
So you're saying then there'll be more noise out of Z-Cars than there will Everton fans tomorrow night, yeah?
No, the Everton fans will be up for it tomorrow, mate. You know how much it's going to mean to them. You know what I mean? Even though, you know,
I like the old Z-Cars thing.
Yeah, it's a blinder, mate. It's a blinder. Come on me iPod today as we walking down the road. Just like that.
Right then, Speedo. Quickly tell everybody where they can find you then.
Okay, well, you can go on to Facebook, Instagram. I'm even on TikTok now. Do you know what I mean? Twitter, of course, on Speedo Mick, and you'll be able to follow me. You can go on to the Speedo Mick Foundation website if you want to find any other information there. And if there's any charities there as well for mental health, disadvantaged young people, and homelessness, you can put in for a grant off the Speedo Mick Foundation. You know what I mean? So you just go onto the website and you can do that, you know, and if you fit the criteria, then we might be able to help you financially. Do you know what I mean? But keep an eye open this winter. You see Speedo Mick walking from Scotland down to Cornwall and nothing but a pair of knickers and a fluffy hat and an Everton scarf. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I'm going to be doing this winter. It's not just a fundraiser because we're giving back. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, we're going to try and fundraise as well along the way and bring loads of smiles, mate. It's going to be dead funny. I'm not messing. I've got me kooky little mate coming along from school. Do you know what I mean? Big nose Paul, his name is. And he's a Liverpool fan and all. So it's gonna be dead funny, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'm in here and imagining what's going to go on, and I'm laughing my head off to myself.
Going past the KP.
Yeah.
Go past Leicester's ground on the way.
It's going to be funny, mate. It's going to be funny. You know what I mean? It's going to be bleeding cold and all. So that's what I do. I do me suffering in nothing but my Speedos. Do you know what I mean? That's me giving back, basically. But it just shows you what you can do and what you can overcome. You know what I mean? My whole story, really, the things that the obstacles that are put in place, you can overcome them all. Do you know what I mean? And they might come back. They keep coming back. You know what I mean? Trying to, swore you know. But then you just keep. It just gets a little bit easier and easier. You know what I mean? Your life. And then it gets hard again, and then you have to start again. Because that's how it is, mate. But anyway, join me on the walk. It's going to be, if you just follow me on any of them social media sites and stuff like that, and you'll have a laugh, mate. You really enjoy yourselves. And I want people to come along and come and do a couple of miles with me, man. Do you know what I mean? Or even a day or two. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All right, join in, basically. All right.
Guys, go and donate. Also, his links in the description. Go and click the link and go and donate what you can to a very good cause. And I just want to say thank you for joining me, Mr. Speedo. Pleasure.
Thanks for the invitation, mate.
Take care and good luck after tomorrow, pal.
Go on, yeah, and you, listen, I'm not going to say good luck to you. No chance. I don't want you to have any luck. No. But we'll see you next year.
Cheers, mate.
All right, take it easy. Take it easy, everyone. Spread the love, baby.
That was Speedo Mick. Great chat. Great insight into Everton as well. Thank you to him for taking his time out to come on to the final whistle and preview the game with me and talk about his amazing charity and the amazing work that he does. But what's coming up on the final whistle then? So coming up, we've got the review show to come. We've got the match day vlog from Everton Leicester. Hopefully it's a win. And then we've also got the Leicester versus Newport match preview on Monday night. And then we've got the Newport game on Tuesday as well. So busy again. Guys, if you've enjoyed the stream tonight, smash a like and subscribe to the Final Whistle if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button, push that notification button. And yeah, one thing to say then is, come on, you Foxes. Let's go and beat the Toffees up the city